Hi everyone, and welcome to the Scorpio Weekly Tarot Bite reading for the week of August 14th through the 20th. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot reading for Soul Illumination. So hi everyone and welcome. This is a quick energetic read for the week ahead for the sign of Scorpio. Now we're basing this off of the two themes that came up in the general collective reading, which was posted on Sunday evening, if you'd like to view that full reading for the week. Now the two themes that came up were never-ending story and the 10 of Pentacles, which really speaks to two things happening this week. We are all being asked to take a look at an old version of ourselves, an old story we have told, that it's time now to end that story, close that book, and get ready to start a new story in your life series, if you think about your life in that way. A lot of times we say closing the chapter, starting a new chapter, but I feel like this is a little bit more final, that we truly are entering into a new cycle where we are almost a different, much more empowered hero in our own story. So really keep that in mind as you're moving through this week. What is that old story that no longer serves you? Is it one where you tell yourself you're never going to be in that wonderfully loving, committed relationship? Is it one where you feel that you're never going to be paid in your work endeavors for fairly or for what you see is your true value? Is it one where you are never going to achieve the physical fitness level that you've always wanted or tried to work towards and never achieved? There's a sense a lot of times we carry these stories forward, and they can sometimes just be small. This could be something where when you were much younger, somebody said, you're just not very athletically inclined, and you just kind of kept that with you your whole entire life to date, where maybe it stopped you from joining a sports team that you really wanted to be a part of. It stopped you from even getting into a hobby that was related to something athletic. It maybe stopped you from wanting to go out and dance with somebody. Things like that where it can limit us on a level of growth and expansion that now our soul is yearning for. So when we really hit this week on what that is for us, it's time really to say, you know what, that's the area I'm being called to experience growth in. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles speaks specifically to this much larger future vision for ourselves. The 10 of Pentacles can really speak to the legacy that we want to achieve in our life in the physical. It can be the home, the family. It can be a business you want to pass on to somebody. It can even be things along the lines of writing or painting or creating something, again, that is truly a legacy of what you've left behind that is tangible. But for me, what I'm really getting from this is that now from a new perspective of this new story we're starting, what is that broader vision for ourselves that we really want to start to work towards? Okay, so Scorpio, we're going to dive into both of these themes and what they mean specifically for you. So let's see here. What does Scorpio need to know about what is the story they are ending? What do they need to know about the story that it's time to finally walk away from? Okay, so you have the Nine of Swords. This is a card of worry. It can be a card that signifies anxiety. It can be one where there's just this constant level of all those negative what ifs. What if I don't achieve this? What if this person doesn't like me? What if I can't be my best at work? And there's a sense with the never-ending story coming up that maybe for some of you, there has been a lot of that in the past. Maybe there was a time in your life where maybe things were unstable or where there was levels of stress put upon you that, there was a lot of worry on your plate. This can be where you're worrying about where your next paycheck is going to come from or your next meal. But there's a sense now that it's time to move on from that version of yourself. That either A, at this point, you've gone through those difficult experiences and they are now clearing the way for a much smoother, I'm getting a Six of Swords kind of energy coming through, a much smoother sailing. Or there's a sense that perhaps for some of you, this is just a way of being that you had cultivated based on a personality or a level of maybe your own personality. This can be where maybe you we're always kind of worried about being perfect. You might have Virgo in your chart in some capacity. You might have always worried, am I going to be good enough? Maybe trying to meet other people's standards in your life. There's a sense of being able to release that through embracing your inner child. The Princess of Cups, this is the Page of Cups in this deck. The Page of Cups asks us to embrace our emotional innocence. The Page of Cups, if you would imagine this as an actual child coming into your life, this would be the child that just runs up to you out of the blue and hugs you and says, I love you. And I also love this. And there's no sense of them second guessing themselves, them keeping that part of themselves in check, that if they feel it, they're going to express it, and they're going to do so in a way that is truly heartfelt and authentic to them. And there's a sense here of going back to that level of innocence. For those of you who are dealing with a Capricorn in your life, I'm just going to say, or if you have Capricorn placements, this theme has been coming up prominently for Capricorn for the past a few weeks, actually a few months now, but really in the past couple of weeks. So there might be something there between you and a Capricorn, or if you have a Capricorn placement, you might want to check out that reading, because there is a return to innocence coming in. And when we embrace the innocent part of ourselves that maybe we've hidden, that can be very difficult at first, where you almost go through that wounded child experience again. You have to go through all of those things that pushed that inner child away, to where you wanted to lock that inner child away because somebody had told you that what you were expressing was maybe naive, or what you were expressing was not acceptable. This could happen a lot of times in families when you're younger, where you tried to express yourself in a certain way and your parents, put a squash on that and said, this is not how we share about ourselves in this way. Or maybe they were not emotionally open. Maybe that no one taught you how to express yourself. So there's a sense here of maybe having to kind of face those wounds this week, but really embrace that this next chapter is one where you get to bring that innocent version of yourself out. And I get the feeling it's very much safe to do so. Now, for some of you, this could actually be where you might actually in this next cycle bring children into your life as well. So very interesting. Okay. Let's see here. 10 of Pentacles. So we're going to take a look at what is this new expanded vision for your future? What would you like to start building in this moment for maybe an expanded version? A lot of times we'll have a goal or that mindset of this is what I'd love to achieve. And then somewhere along the line, we realize that we've achieved it. It can be like, wow, I always wanted to be a homeowner because no one in my family has ever owned a home. And that was such a big deal for me. And then suddenly you buy that house and it's like, oh, okay, well, now I have the house. I'm a homeowner. That was all I was focused on for years and years and years, and I'm here. Or you get that major promotion and you're finally in that career seat or path that you always wanted to get into, and now it's like, okay, now what? And I have a feeling that many of us are going to be in that place of now what. Now for you have the King of Pentacles and Four of Wands. This is building energy, massive building energy right here. King of Pentacles, someone who has mastered the physical plane of existence. This is the individual who knows that what their time, their energy is worth. They understand how to work with their finances. They also understand what's important to them, what holds value for them. So who better to start the building process towards the 10 of Pentacles than the King of Pentacles, who holds the first Ace of Pentacles. This is the seed. This is something here that you want to grow into that 10 of Pentacles. Now with the Four of Wands, that's a foundation. It's a firm foundation based in a place of taking passionate action. So for those of you who are maybe looking to start your own business, this would bode very well for that. For those of you who are looking to really grow a stable home and family life, this could also be a part of that, because the Four of Wands can sometimes speak to the foundation of a marriage. It's something to be celebrated by others, obviously built on passion and love and all of that. Now, for just a couple of you, depending on who it is, this could actually denote a building energy with someone in your life who harnesses the energy of a King of Pentacles, which King of Pentacles brings in the energy of Taurus. So you could be literally building a foundation with a Taurus in your life, or that person could actually be coming into your life this week. This could also be where this is just a very stable and grounded earth sign who is looking to partner with you. This could be a business partner. This could be a new romantic partner coming in. This could even be a family member, again, who really speaks to that grounded earth energy of let's build it, let's get our hands dirty, let's invest it in this way, let's organize our finances. So it bodes very well. Now, if this is just for you, this could literally also just be where you're finally stepping into this role for yourself. You're stepping into the king role for yourself, where you're like, okay, I'm going to embody this stable building energy. I'm going to utilize all of the skill set I learned in the last cycle, last version of myself, to really get things organized, to build this foundation stronger and better, so that I'm ending that cycle of worry and I'm embracing my inner child. I am building a foundation that will support my inner child or support children in my life. Beautiful energy, Scorpio. Either way, you're inviting the innocence of a childlike experience into your life in this next cycle. It literally could be children, or it could just be you embracing your inner child and really leading from that place. And for some of you, there may be a very important Taurus or a very important earth sign coming in to help you do that. I guess before we go, since I've done it for every other sign, I forgot I've been pulling a final card. So let me pull a final card for you, Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, let's see here. Now, it's interesting because Taurus is actually your opposing sign on the Zodiac wheel. It's your 1-7. So for many of you, and I'm a Taurus, so I understand this. I have a lot of Scorpios in my life that have come through. So there's a sense that usually the opposing sign on the Zodiac from your sign, whatever you're looking at, tends to be someone who is there to be almost like a soulmate, to teach you something about yourself, to teach you about something that maybe you wouldn't have otherwise been aware of, because again, they're kind of the other half of your experience, and vice versa. Okay, so we have Fox Spirit, think on your feet. I like that. Number 27, breaking down to the number 9. Now, the number 9 is all about endings. This is a number that really asks us to step into that place of wisdom where we've understood, we're gleaning all the lessons learned from our experiences in that cycle, and we're getting ready to now apply them in a fresh way to the new cycle that's starting. I like that it says think on your feet, because there may be this week that opportunity to do something a little different, where you do get to embrace that inner child. This could be whereas that story is ending. Let's say it is something very similar to my previous example, which is, somebody told you that you're not very athletic, or that you're not athletically inclined, you're not, you're a terrible dancer, whatever it is, but somehow that kind of stuck with you, that you were never going to be somebody who could do something physically active and excel at it. And this week, suddenly someone comes in and says, I'm taking salsa dancing lessons. Would you like to take it with me? And you're like, normally you would have said, the past version of you would have been like, heck no, I don't want to embarrass myself in that way. But the new version of you says, you know what? My inner child is calling for that. I would love to have my inner child dance. And I'm going to say yes. I'm going to think on my feet, and I'm going to learn from my past experiences that all the no's I said didn't get me any closer to feeling better about this part of myself. So this time I'm going to say yes. I'm going to come from a place of innocence and excitement and exuberance. And that person might be just the very thing. That invitation could literally be the very thing that kind of awakens you to an area of your life where now there's a new foundation waiting to be built. And it's always curious to see, somebody might say like, well, how does saying yes to salsa dancing going to open me up to this foundation, to a future marriage or a business? To be honest, you never know. I am constantly shocked in my life by what comes through and how my life has taken crazy turns. I can definitely say it could look something like this, where you go to take that salsa dancing lesson, you meet the person who runs that salsa dancing and they say, you know, I love doing this. It's a passion of mine, but it's just getting too much for me. It's become something where I have to go all, in between 4 different cities to teach this. We have class sizes that are getting too big and I just can't keep it all in line. And I'm just looking for someone to help me manage this. And suddenly you're like, well, I have a strong background in managing other people's businesses. And this was a lot of fun. And you're an awesome person. And would you like me to try to help you out? And suddenly this could open you up to a whole other world of something that actually might be fun, that you might enjoy doing, and that you not only help yourself, but help somebody else and build a bigger, broader foundation for a future expansion of this business or for you to expand in this realm. So that's how things happen, but we have to open ourselves up to that curiosity. So really open yourself up this week, Scorpio, as to stay quick on your feet like a fox. Where is there going to be something, I feel with the number 9 coming through, where are you going to be able to capitalize on past experiences from this last cycle? And where are you being given that Ace of Pentacles to build towards the new? All right, so I will leave it there. I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead, Scorpio. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website. Otherwise, the full tarot scope for the month of August is up on my channel for every sign if you'd like to view yours. And if you would like to subscribe to this channel to receive notifications as to when I post my weekly and monthly videos, I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much, Scorpio. Bye-bye.